the Big Blue Crew Sports Network.
Who's got the rocket launcher? I say we blow it up. Now fire that thing.
It's for the city of sports, playing with a giant Nick. With my man S. Guard.
That's him.
You feel the vibe?
That's me.
We going live.
That's us.
That like button shared, you been subscribed.
Stadium.
That MetLife, Big Blue, home of the Braves.
Yeah.
That turnpike, you can see that's where the game's played. NFL one day, then it's the NBA. Madison Square Garden, that's where the Knicks play. This that NY Logan, no it don't get broken. Legalized, mean this shit smoking. I'm on topic, dropping another episode. The game winner, trade, maybe a field goal. Everybody right now doing the wave. You tune in, the show called The Man Cave. I see the chat, they always doing their thing. Big views, 85-inch screen. The game's on, you rush and bleed. Stay calm, you on the road and chill. Do the watch along, the show's on. The host, you know it's S-God. It's no telling, the panel filled with guest stars. You now rocking with the voice, you know what it is. It's your boy J Boogie. You now rocking with my man S-God. I support him to the fullest, you heard? My man Mike Blaze. This is Alter Production. What that mean? We about to alter everything that's playing. Tune in. My man S.G.O.D. Support the show. Subscribe, share it. Most importantly, hit that like button.
What's good? What's good? Salute, Blue Devil Nation. You already know what it is. College basketball tonight from Las Vegas in the Terry Chocolate Showdown from Vegas. Number 1 Kansas versus number 11 Duke in Sin City. Battle in the desert. College basketball tonight live. Thank you, man, for joining on this live stream, courtesy of the Man Cave podcast, as well as the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. Bring you this live college basketball watch along. My team, the number 11 Duke Blue Devils against the number 1 ranked team in the country, the Kansas Jayhawks. Kansas coming in this game undefeated at 5-0. Duke coming in at 4-1. Duke just came off a win against Arizona, 69-55 in their last game. So this is going to be a great matchup, man. It's like number 1 Kansas undefeated. It's kind of crazy how Duke is the favorite in this game by 4.5 points in this game. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're number 11th ranked. But they do bring in the number 1 recruiting class in the nation, led by Cooper Flagg, Kamen Malawach, Con Knipple, Darren Harris, Isaiah Evans, and also what is his name? I keep saying the time, Patrick Ngangba, you know, who's has been playing sparingly because he's coming back from an injury. So that's somebody to watch. So we'll see, you know, if he gets some more burns tonight and stuff like that to match up with Kansas size. You know what I'm saying? So Duke's starting 5 is going to be Con Knipple, Cooper Flagg, Tyrese Proctor, Caleb Foster, and Kamen Malawach, the 7'2" center from South Sudan, playing tonight. Thank you guys, man, for tapping in. If this is your first time to my channel, the Man Cave Podcast, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Share this on all social media platforms. And also subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. The link is in the chat, our one centralized location for all of our contents, man. We got everything covered for you. Basketball, boxing, baseball, football, soccer, wrestling, MMA, UFC, you name it, we got it. And also subscribe to all the members of the Big Blue Crew Sports members. Big Pat Sports Talk, G Nation Inside Sports with Big Lou, Unpopular Opinion Sports with NYG, Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, as well as Classified 3F with Joel, Miz in the Midday, Wales to New Jersey, Mac the Giants fan, Zion Zenith, Big Blue in the Bronx, Knicks Cast, Leaf Diggy, Mets 21-28. Also the newest members, TP Way, the Giant, also Delay of Game Crew, and the First Lady, Trina. Welcome to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, as well as El Capitan, Rafa Chudo. Can't forget my man. So, like I said, we'll see what Kansas come out with their starting lineup is. And Duke's always going to be Cooper Flagg, Kamen Malawach, Caleb Foster, Tyrese Proctor, and Con Knipple. So 3 big time games for Cooper Flagg, 26 points, 11 boards against Kentucky. Last week he had 24 points and 11 boards against Arizona. So another big test for Duke again early in the season. This is their third matchup against a top 15 team in the country. This one is the number one ranked team in the country, which is the Kansas Rock Chalk Jayhawks. So this should be a great game, great contest, and also a great test for Duke early in the season for this competition, this level of competition that they're going to be facing. And we'll see what Kansas's starting lineup will be. I know Hunter Dickinson will be in the starting lineup. Seems like he's been in college for like about 12 years. The center for Kansas. So about a couple of minutes, man. About to tip off in a couple of minutes here from this game is at a neutral site in Las Vegas. Sin City battle in the desert right now. Like I said, number 1 Kansas against number 11 Duke. I want to see how this game's going to start out with Kansas. Like I said, Kansas brings more experience in this game. That's why they like the top ranked team in the country. Duke, like I said, brings in a talented freshman class as well as some transfers that you're going to see come into the game, like Malik Brown, Sion James, to name a few, Mason Gillis. All right, so Kansas is a lineup. Let's see what their lineup will be. Hunter Dickinson, KJ Ellis. All right, the tap is up. And it's won by Kansas. KJ Ellis with the shot and it's blocked, but it tips in off the deflection, and Kansas is up 2-0 over Duke. All right, Duke with the ball. Caleb Foster looking over to Malawach. Malawach over to Tyrese Proctor. Proctor down, throws a pass to Con Knipple, out to Caleb Foster. Foster over to Proctor. Proctor to Flag. Flag looking back to Tyrese Proctor for a 3-point shot, up and good. 3-2 Duke. Here comes Kansas. The ball, Harris with the ball. Kansas' starting lineup, it will be DeJuan Harris, Zeke Mayo, AJ Storr, KJ Adams, and Hunter Dickinson. All right. So Harris over to Dickinson, back to Storr. Storr in the lane, and he travels. Turnover, Duke ball. All right, Duke will inbound the ball. All right, Foster over to Proctor. Proctor with the ball, being guarded by Mayo. Proctor looking, finds Knipple around a Malawach pick. Knipple over to Cooper Flag to Tyrese Proctor for another 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Harris. And here comes the Jayhawks. Harris over to Mayo. Mayo to Stores. Stores back to Harris to Mayo for a 3-point shot. Good. 5-3 Jayhawks. All right. Duke inbounds. Flag over to Proctor. Back to Flag to Malawach. In the lane, and the ball is stolen by Ellis over to Harris. His shot is up and good. 7-3. Kansas up. Good take by DeJuan Harris. Averaging 9.2 points per game on the season. All right, Duke inbounds. Proctor inbounds to Caleb Foster. Foster with the ball. Guarded by Harris. Foster around a screen. Over to Flag. To Proctor. Proctor looking. Back out to Flag. Out to Foster. Foster over to Knipple. To Cooper Flag. And it's deflected out. And it's another turnover. So Kansas turning up the defense early in this game. All right, Kansas with the ball. KJ Ellis over to Harris. Harris to Stores. Stores looking for Mayo. Back to Stores. Around a Dickinson pick. Stores. Hunter Dickinson for a 3-point shot up and good. 10-3 Kansas early on. Kansas coming out blistering. And here comes Duke inbounds Proctor over to Foster. Foster looking. Foster around a Malawatch pick. Back to Malawatch. Malawatch to Knipple. Back to Malawatch. Malawatch to Foster. And the ball is deflected out. It will be Duke basketball. All right, Duke inbound. Knipple, 6 seconds. Knipple inbounds to Flag. Flag in the paint. His shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Mayo. And here comes Kansas. Mayo over to Dickinson. Dickinson looking over to Stores. Stores in the lane with his floater is up and good. 12-3 Kansas and the foul. So a fast start for the Jayhawks, up 12-3, and Stores will be at the free throw line for an and one. The Jayhawks come out smoking in this game, 5 of 6 to start the game, and Stores free throws up and it's good, 13-3 Kansas. All right, Duke will inbound. Flag will inbound to Zion James, who just came into the game. Zion James bringing the ball up, guarded by Mayo. Zion James over to Flag. Flag to Proctor. Proctor around the flag, pick out to Malik Brown. Brown to Zion James. James over to Tyrese Proctor to Con Knipple for his 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Dickinson. And here comes the Jayhawks over to Ellis. Ellis over to Mayo. Mayo. Back to Ellis to Dickinson. And timeout on the floor. So quick start for the Jayhawks in this game. 13-3 Kansas over Duke in this game in the Vegas showdown. Number 1 Kansas versus number 11 Duke. Quick start for the Jayhawks up over the Blue Devils, 13-3. First TV timeout on the floor. So far, Duke is coming out sloppy in this game with some turnovers. I think got like 3 or 4 turnovers already in this game. It got more turnovers than shot attempts. Like I said, Duke, these guys just got to settle down and take care of the basketball. And like I said, just settle down, man. This all this adrenaline going on and all this stuff, man. They'll be all right. Just got to withstand this Kansas hot start. So far, like I said, 10-point Jayhawks lead 13-3. Like I said, Jayhawks is hot. 5 out of 6 from the fields. Like, hey, they can't keep this up. You know what I'm saying? So Duke just got to withstand this and chip away at this lead little by little, get back in this game, make some defensive stops. Yeah, in other news today, UConn again goes down for the second time in 2 games today, losing to unranked Colorado 73-72 after losing to Memphis 99-97 in a thriller. James out of timeout. Duke will inbound the ball. Yeah, Jayhawks on an 11-0 run in this game right now. 5 points off of turnovers. Because that Duke got to take care of the basketball. Said, just calm down and take your time. Let's go. Let's get back in this. Let's go, Duke. All right. No, it's Kansas ball. Actually, Kansas. Harris over to Dickinson. And it's knocked out, so Jayhawks will inbound again. All right, Mayo will inbound the ball for Kansas. Mayo over to Hunter Dickinson. Back to Mayo. Mayo, step back, 3-point shot up and good. 16-3 Kansas. All right, flag over to Zion James. James over to Tyrese Proctor. Proctor over to Malik Brown to Cooper Flag. Flag down the lane, throws it out to Brown, out to Zion James. His corner 3-point shot up and good. 16-6. That's what Duke needed. All right, Mayo inbounds the ball to Dickinson. Dickinson back to Mayo. And it's like a stoppage in the game. It looked like a wet spot on the floor, so they'll get that up. All right, 10-point Kansas lead, 16-6 early first half, 15-22 left to go in the first half. In this showdown between number 1 Kansas and number 11 Duke in the Terry Chocolate Las Vegas Showdown tournament. Kansas and the legendary coach Bill Self, 22nd season at Kansas. All right, Kansas inbounds. Ellis over to Harris. Harris, alley-oop to Stores, 18-6 Jayhawks. Fast start. Okay, flag over to Zion James. James over to Knipple. Knipple over to Proctor. Proctor around a pick. Back to Knipple over to Cooper Flag. Flag in the lane. And it's a foul on Ellis. All right, Duke inbound. Knipple over to Zion James. James around a Brown screen. Looking. And the pass is tipped away. Deflected out. Duke will inbound. 11 seconds on the shot clock. All right. James inbounds to Knipple in the lane. Up and under. Good shot. 18-8. Dickinson inbounds to Mayo. Mayo back to Dickinson. Over to Harris. Harris looking. Just the 3-point shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Duke. And here comes Duke. Zion James over to Mason Gillis in the game for Duke. Gillis over to Knipple in the lane. His shot is up and no good. And should be Kansas ball on the jump ball. All right, now look like it'll be Duke ball on the jump ball. All right, James inbounds to Cooper. Flag, free throw line jump shot good. 18-10. All right, here comes the Jayhawks. Mayo over to Harris. Harris to Dickinson, and it's deflected out. All right, Jayhawks inbound the ball. Inbound the ball to Harris. Harris guarded by James. Harris down the lane. Shot is up and good, and a foul. So good take by Harris. For the N1. 10-point Jayhawks lead. Harris's free throws up, and it's good. 21-10 Kansas, 13:44 left to go early first half. Duke with the ball. Flag inbounds to James. James guarded by Harris. Over to Flag. Flag in the corner to Gillis for his three-point shot up. No good. Rebounded by Kansas, and here comes the Jayhawks. Harris with the ball. Over to Mayo. Mayo to Stores. Back to Harris. And there's a moving screen on the pick. That foul will be on Flory Badunga. All right. Flag inbounds to James. Back to Flag. Over to Knipple for his three-point shot up. No good. Rebounded by Badunga. And here comes the Jayhawks. Over to Harris. Harris to Mayo. Mayo. Step back shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Flag. Here comes Duke. Flag. Over to James. James. Back to Flag. To Brown. Out to James. Out to Knipple for his three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by the Jayhawks. And here they come. And it's stolen by Duke. Over to Gillis. Gillis. Over to Brown. Back to Gillis. His three-point shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Badunga. And here comes the Jayhawks. Over to Harris. Harris. Over to Mayo. And the ball is deflected out. So it'll be Jayhawks basketball. Earlier games today, Memphis beat Michigan State 71-63. Auburn versus North Carolina. That game will be at 11 o'clock later after this one. All right. Jayhawks inbound. Mayo inbounds Badunga. Badunga over to Rylan Griffin. Griffin. Back to Badunga. Oh, my. And he hits the shot high arc off the glass. 23-10 Jayhawks. Flag inbounds to Foster. Back to Flag. To Proctor. Proctor. Cross court over to Gillis. His three-point shot up and good. 23-13. Duke desperately needed that shot, man. It's been cold. All right. Here comes the Jayhawks. Griffin over to Badunga. Badunga back to Griffin. And pass is deflected and almost stolen. Jayhawks get it back. Badunga over to David Colt. Down to Badunga. And the shot clock violation. Good defense by Duke on that play. 11-10 left to go. Under 12 timeout on the floor. 10-point Jayhawk lead still 23-13. All right, so like I said, Duke just got to get some stops and make some shots. So it's a 10-point game. Game is still here, man. Like I said, just gotta, Kansas is they came off hot in this game, started off real hot, got the adrenaline going. So just withstand it and let's go. Like I said, chip away the lead and let's get back into this thing, man. Yeah, just got to start making some shots. The shots has been there for Duke. They just been missing them shots. Got to start making those. Got to start taking advantage of these wide open opportunities, man. All right, Coach K in the building. Sitting next to the hangover star. All right, back to action. Flag looking inbounds to Proctor. Proctor over to Foster. Foster to Flag. Flag over to Gillis. Gillis looking for Malawatch. Malawatch looking over to Gillis. And he turns the ball over. All right. So the Jayhawks will inbound to David Colt. Inbound from Mayo. Back to Colt. Colt. Back to Ellis. Ellis to Passmore. Passmore. Oh, back to Dickinson to Mayo. Mayo to Colt. Back to KJ Ellis. To Passmore for his 3-point shot, air ball. Rebounded by Proctor. And here comes Duke. Proctor. Out to Malawatch. Malawatch. Over to Cooper Flag. Flag around the Malawatch screen. Flag. And as a jump ball, it will be Jayhawks basketball. Jacob, what's up, bro? A fan. I wish UConn got flagged. We almost got him. Yeah, I know, man. I'm happy we got him, man. Tough break for you guys again today, man. Another loss, man. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was seeing a typo, but it was a close game, 73-72 against Colorado. All right. Jayhawks, Harris with the ball in the corner to Stores to Dickinson. Dickinson in the post, shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Caleb Foster, and here comes Duke. Foster down the lane, up and in. Jayhawks with the ball. Dickinson over to Harris. Harris over to David Colt in the corner. Back to Dickinson. Colt out to Dickinson for his three-point shot up, no good. Rebounded by Harris to Dickinson. His shot is up in the lane, no good. Rebounded by Flagg, and here comes Duke. Flagg over to Gillis. Gillis to Foster. Alley-oop to Malawatch. Oh, my God, that was a foul. They say it's like, what do you say? We got to change the offense. We don't have the firepower. We have the pass. We have a lot of young dogs. We'll be straight up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, y'all lost a lot, man. That's what happens when you win the national championship, man. Back to back and all that stuff, man. But, yeah, Danny Hurley's a great coach, man. Ain't nothing, like I said, man. I'd rather have the losses early in the season than late in the season anyway. All right. Foster inbounds. Alley-oop to Malawatch. And how is that not a foul again? Over to Harris. Harris to Dickinson. To Harris in the lane. His shot is up. No good. Rebound by Proctor. And they calling a foul? Can't believe they're calling a foul, man. All right, so it'll look like Kansas will get the ball back up 23-15. All right, Harris inbounds to Dickinson. Back to Harris. Harris over to Mayo. Mayo down to KJ Ellis to Dickinson. He dunks and is missed. Here comes Duke. Caleb Foster leading the break. Foster in the lane. Shot is up, no good, but he is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. 23-15, Kansas with the lead. Foster will go to the free throw line for 2. Wow. All right, so Caleb Foster will be at the free throw line for 2. All right, Foster's first free throw is up, and it's no good. All right, also in the game for Duke would be Sion James would be in the game with Duke with Tyrese Proctor, Caleb Foster in the game. Foster's second free throw is up, and it's good. All right, 23-16. Pat, what's good, bro? Thanks for tapping in. All right, 23-16. All right, Mayo over to Ellis. Ellis back to Harris. Harris across the timeline, guarded by Foster. Around the Ellis pick. Down to Hunter Dickinson for his shot. No good. Rebounded by Malawatch, and here comes Duke. Over to Foster. Foster across the line. Foster looking. Finds Sion James. James to Malawatch. To Tyrese Proctor in the corner, and is stolen and foul. Stolen by Harris, but he is fouled by Sion James. Good defense by the Jayhawks. So far, both teams have 5 turnovers in the game. A little sloppy for Duke, but some of it is Duke's turnover, some of it is Kansas defense. They have they've been playing really good defense this year. The Jayhawks, number 1 ranked team, undefeated, 5-0. All right, Jayhawks inbound the ball. Kansas hasn't scored in the last 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Over to Harris. Harris to Stores. Stores to Mayo. Mayo down to Harris. Alley-oop to Badunga, and he dunks the ball. 25-16. Jayhawks first points in the last 3 minutes and 45 seconds. All right, inbounds to Foster. Foster around a Brown pick. Foster down the lane. His shot is blocked by Badunga. So it'll be Duke basketball. 7:49 left to go. Look like an under 8 timeout. 9 points. Jayhawks lead for the Kansas Jayhawk fans. Rock Chalk Jayhawks. Said, thank you guys for watching this live stream, man. Thank you guys for watching from YouTube, Twitter, and all social media platforms. If this is your first time to the channel, to my channel, please hit that like and subscribe button for the Man Cave podcast, as well as the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. The link is in the chat, our one centralized location for all of our contents. Any sport you want, you got it. You name it, we got it. So go check it out. Go subscribe. Like I said, there's always something on the network. And please go subscribe to all the great content creators on the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. Myself, the Man Cave Podcast, Big Pat Sports Talk, G Nation Inside Sports with Big Lou, Unpopular Opinion Sports with NYG, Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, Classified 3F with Joe, Miz in the Midday, Wales to New Jersey, Mac the Giants fan, Zion Zenith, also Big Blue in the Bronx, Leaf Diggy, Mets 21-28. Also, El Capitan Rafachudo, El Capitan, and also the Big Blue Crew Sports members, newest members, TP Way the Giant, also Delay of Game Crew, and as well as the First Lady, Miss Trina. Now, like I said, please hit that like and subscribe button and share it on all social media platforms. All right, like I said, number one Kansas versus number 11 Duke in the Terry Chocolate Las Vegas Showdown tournament in Vegas, neutral site of this game. Great atmosphere. Like I said, great test for Duke, this young Duke squad against the more experienced and highly ranked Kansas Jayhawks. And their legendary coach, Bill Self. All right. Back to live action. All right, so it should be Duke's basketball. Caleb Foster inbound. Foster looking. Foster inbounds to Brown. Brown in the lane, back out the flag. Flag looking. Over to Kneppel for his three-point shot is up. No good. Been off. Rebounded by the Jayhawks. Ellis, and here comes the Jayhawks. Ellis over to Harris. Harris out to Mayo. Mayo to Stores for his three-point shot. Good. 28-16 Jayhawks, and they've opened up the lead to 12. All right. Kneppel inbounds to Foster. Foster over to Harris. Over to Brown. Back to Brown, and the ball is tipped again, and here comes the Jayhawks, and it's blocked by Foster. Duke with another turnover. It's got to take care of the basketball. Guys got to take care of the basketball, man. That was a bad pass. All right, Jayhawks are inbound. Over to Adams Jr. Adams over to Mayo. Mayo, and the ball is stolen by Duke, and here comes Duke. Caleb Foster over to Kneppel. over to Malik Brown, and his shot is no good, but he is fouled. So Brown will be at the free throw line. All right, Brown's first free throw is up and is good. And checking back in the game for Kansas will be Dickinson will come back into the game. All right, Brown's second free throw is up and is also good. All right, Jayhawks inbound. Like more substitutions coming in the game. All right, Jayhawks inbound. Inbound to Harris. Harris back to Stores. Stores across the timeline. Looking back to Harris. Harris over to Colt. Colt to Stores. Over to, and this pass is deflected and stolen. Here comes Duke. Cooper flag. Down to Malawatch, and he is fouled, and he will be going to the free throw line. Good look by Flag. So the 7'2" center from out of South Sudan will be at the free throw line. Cayman Malawatch. And his first free throw is up and is good. Look like Sion James and Mason Gillis is checking in for Duke as well. And Malawatch second free throw is up and is also good. 28-20. All right. Jayhawks inbound Stores. Inbounds to Harris. Harris bringing the ball up. 6:23 left to go in the first half. Harris around the Adams screen over to Colt. Colt to Adams. His jump shot is up and good. 30-20. All right, Duke inbounds. Knipple inbounds to Sion James. James over to Knipple. Knipple around the Malawatch screen. Over to Cooper Flag. And it's probably a foul on the floor. All right, so Duke will inbounds. All right, James to Malawatch. Malawatch looking. Finds James. James around the Malawatch screen. James down the lane in the corner, and his pass is deflected. And here comes the Jayhawks. Rylan Griffin over to Dickinson. Dickinson to Harris. Harris down the lane to Dickinson. His shot up and good. 32-20 Jayhawks. Gillis over to Sion James. James over to Knipple. And it's a foul on the floor. All right, so Sion James will be at the free throw line. His first free throw is up and is good. All right. Looks like more substitution. Malawatch will come out the game. And Malik Brown will come back into the game for Duke. James, the second free throw is up, and it's also good. 32-22, 10-point Jayhawks lead. All right. Tyrese Proctor will also check back in for Duke. All right. Griffin will inbounds to Harris. All right. Harris across the timeline. Harris looking. Find Dickinson. Dickinson back out to Harris. Harris down the lane. No good. Rebounded by Knipple, and here comes Duke. Con Knipple in the corner to Tyrese Proctor for his 3-point shot up and good. 32-25, 7-point lead. And here comes Kansas and a turnover by the Jayhawks. It'll be Duke basketball. Yeah, I thought he traveled too. But what they call? I guess they changed the call. All right, so the Jayhawks will inbound. So Colt will inbound the ball. And like I said, it didn't look like it was a travel. But Colt and the Jayhawks are inbound. 4:42 left to go in the first half. Kansas up 32-25. And look like they're calling the timeout. All right, so just waiting for them to come out the timeout. See, it was like, now Duke got it down to 7, so they got to see if they could chop more off this lead. Man, I'm about to say, how was that not a how is that not a turnover? Maybe let me see if they're looking at it or what they're gonna do. All right. Well, the Jayhawks are inbound the ball. Griffin inbounds to Harris. Harris around the Stores pick. Harris with a shot up. No good. Rebounded by Knipple. And here comes Duke. Knipple looking. Knipple down line over to Brown for the dunk. Nice pass. 32-27. 5-point Kansas leading. Here comes the Blue Devils. All right. Harris over to Dickinson. How was that not an offensive foul? All right, rebounded by Brown, and here comes Duke. Tyrese Proctor. Proctor over to Cooper Flag. Flag back to Malik Brown. His 3-point shot is up and good. 2-point Kansas lead, and Duke has come all the way back. 32-30. Malik Brown with the 3-point shot. And hey, Duke has fought their way back. I don't understand how that's not an offensive foul on Hunter Dickinson. All right, timeout on the floor. Kansas has their 12-point lead has evaporated. We are in a game. 32-30. Duke is waking up. I said Duke is finishing off this first half strong. Just keep up the defense and keep making shots. Let's go. Jayhawks got out to a big lead. Now, like I said, man, now we made our run. All right. I'm about to get back to live action. All right, let's see what Duke can do in this last 3 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in the first half. Like I said, 32-30. Kansas up by a basket now. Like I said, man, the shots are there. Just got to make these shots, man. The shots are there, man. All right. The Jayhawks ball. Duke on a 10-0 run right now. All right, Jayhawks at the ball. Mayo over to Harris. Harris to Adams. Over back to Mayo to Hunter Dickinson. And the ball is stolen by Con Knipple. And here comes Duke. Knipple up and in all the way coast to coast. We are tied at 32. And here comes the Jayhawks. Inbounds to Harris. Harris to KJ Adams. Adams over to Griffin. Griffin over to Harris. Harris around the Dickinson screen. Harris with a step back 3-point shot up and good. 35-32. Gillis inbounds to Proctor. Proctor bringing the ball up, guarded by Harris. Proctor looking for over to Knipple. Over to Flag. Flag looking over to Knipple. Down the lane. Out to Malik Brown. Back to Knipple. Out to Proctor. 8 seconds left to go. Proctor, and he turns the ball over. Here comes the Jayhawks. Mayo with the ball. Over to Dickinson. Over to Harris. Harris over to Griffin. To Adams. Adams out to Mayo. Mayo in the lane. And he is fouled. So the foul will be on Gillis. All right, so the Jayhawks will inbound. All right. Harris inbounds to Adams. Adams to Mayo. Mayo in the lane. Layup up and in. 37-32 timeout Duke. That was too easy. Got to give him. Got to be more resistance than that, man. Got to play some better defense than that. Got to make these guys work for their shots. It looked like a defensive breakdown. So timeout on the floor for Duke. John Shire will have to talk it over with his troops. So just like that, the Jayhawks are back up by 5. All right. 2:24 left to go. Duke will inbound the ball. Down by 5. All right, flag, inbounds. And Jayhawks with the pressure. Flag over to Gillis. Gillis over to Proctor. Proctor looking, finds flag. Guarded by Adams. And a foul on the floor, I think is on Hunter Dickinson. So Duke will be at the free throw line. It looks like it'll be Malik Brown at the free throw line. The shot is no good. Rebounded by Gillis, back up and in. 37-34. Here comes the Jayhawks. Inbound to Harris. Harris over to Adams. Adams over to Dickinson. Dickinson, ball is knocked out by Brown. Over to Mayo. Mayo behind the back around the Dickinson screen. Out to Harris. Harris. And look like it's a foul on Duke. Probably on Brown. So it looked like Duke is going to review it and challenge it. Are they, or will they not? They probably won't allow them to do it. So Dickinson's at the free throw line. And his first free throw's up and good. 38-34 Kansas. All right, Dickinson's second free throw's up, and it's also good. 39-34. All right, here comes Duke. Flag, inbounds to Proctor. All right, Proctor looking. Finds flag. Flag. Around mile of watch. Down over to Knipple. Knipple in the lane. His shot is up and good. 39-36. Dickinson inbounds to Harris. Here comes the Jayhawks over back to Dickinson. Dickinson to Stores for a shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Proctor, and here comes Duke. Proctor out to Gillis for his three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by the Jayhawks. Rylan Griffin out to Harris. Harris over to Mayo. Mayo to Dickinson. Dickinson to Stores. Back to Dickinson. Back to Harris. Harris up and in. 41-36. All right, flag over to Proctor. 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Proctor looking. Finds Knipple. Knipple down the lane. No good by Malawatch. I don't know how that's not a foul. And here comes the Jayhawks with the three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Proctor. And here comes Duke. Proctor over to Knipple. Knipple over to Malawatch to Tyrese Proctor. Proctor step back three-point shot up and good. And the foul. 41-39. Nope, it's just halftime. All right, so Duke ends the half on a three-point shot, 41-39. That is your halftime score. What a first half by Duke and Kansas. Number 1 Kansas versus number 11 Duke at the Terry Chocolate Las Vegas Showdown Tournament in Vegas. Great, exciting first half. Jayhawks up by as much as 12, 13 points in the first half. Duke comes all the way back to trail by 2 points at halftime. So I'll give you some halftime stats, but before then, we'll hear a word from our sponsor.
Welcome to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network.
All right, halftime stats. Halftime score: Kansas Jayhawks up 41-39. For the Jayhawks, KJ Adams with 2 points, Hunter Dickinson with 9 points in the game, AJ Storr with 8, Zeke Mayo with 8, and DeJuan Harris, the point guard, with 10 points in the game, 4 assists. Off the bench, Flory Badunga has 2 points, Rakese Passmore with 2 points in the game. The overall shooting for the Jayhawks in the first half, 16 of 32 for 50%. They were 5 of 9 from three-point range, however, for 57%. Free throws, they were 4 of 4 for 100%. Finished with 16 rebounds in the first half on 11 assists, and they had 8 turnovers in the game. For the Duke Blue Devils, Kaman Malawatch has 2 points. Cooper Flagg has 2 points. Quiet first half with 2 points. Con Knipple with 6 points in the game. Tyrese Proctor, the high man for Duke, with 9 points. Caleb Foster has 3 points in the game. Off the bench, Malik Brown with 7 big points off the bench. Mason Gillis with 5. And Sion James with 5 points as well off the bench. The overall shooting for Duke in the first half, 13 of 26 for 50%. Three-point range, they were 6 of 14 for 43%. Free throws, they were 7 of 9 for 78%. Duke has 14 rebounds in the first half to go along with 9 assists, and they also had 8 turnovers in the first half. Like I said, high-scoring first half, good first half of action. Jayhawks up on 41-39 in the game. Looking at some other scores, second half, Alabama up 62-56 over Houston. 7:54 left to go in the second half. Also, early second half, Dayton up 43-41 over Iowa State. And on some other final scores, San Diego State beat number 21 Creighton 71-53. And another upset of the day, unranked Colorado beats number 2 UConn 73-72. That is Dan Hurley's first 2-game losing streak at UConn in a long time. Also, Oregon, unranked Oregon beats number 20 Texas A&M 80-70. And number 8 Kentucky beats Western Kentucky 87-68. So far, very good competitive first half in this tournament right here. Like I said, Duke and Kansas, I knew this was going to be a great game. Battle of the Blue Bloods, showdown in Las Vegas. So, like I said, just waiting the second half to start. Like I said, second half, like I said, for most of the first half, Kansas been leading this game for the majority of the first half, leading by as many as 12 points. Duke came all the way back to tie it up and trail now only by a basket. We'll be right back. Yeah, like I said, second half, what Duke needs to do, like I said, need to start fast, man. And just like I say, the Jayhawks, they're going to be there, man. They're going to make shots. Duke just got to be able to, like I said, withstand it. But Duke got to also make shots, too, as well. Take advantage of our opportunities. But the most important thing, take care of the basketball. 8 turnovers in the first half. A lot of those turnovers, unforced turnovers. So hopefully in the second half, Duke can be more careful with the basketball, limit their turnovers, be more aggressive, make some shots, and get to the free throw line. Like I said, Jayhawks been up by 10, 12 points in this game for the majority game. Duke is back in it now. Hey, now keep your foot on the gas. Let's go, Duke, in the second half. Also, I want to thank everybody for tapping in on this live stream, watching from YouTube, Twitter, and all social media platforms. If this is your first time to my channel, man, please hit that like and subscribe button for the Man Cave podcast, as well as the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. The link is right there in the chat. One centralized location for all of our content, giving you basketball, baseball, football, boxing, MMA, UFC, soccer, wrestling. And like I said, and please subscribe to all the Big Blue Crew Sports members, myself, the Man Cave Podcast, Big Pass Sports Talk, G Nation Inside Sports with Big Lou, Unpopular Opinion Sports with NYG, Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, Classified 3F with Joel, Wales to New Jersey, Miz in the Midday, Big Blue in the Bronx, Mac the Giants fan, Zion Zenith, also El Capitan, Rafa Chudo, Leaf Diggy, Mets 2128, as well as some newest members, TP Way the Giant, Delay of Game Crew, and also the First Lady, Miss Trina. So please go and subscribe to all the members of the Big Blue Crew Sports. Our link is all in the chats if you go to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network and subscribe. So if the first half was this good, I could only imagine what the second half is going to be, man. And this is it. Kansas coming in this game undefeated at 5-0. Duke coming in at 4-1 on the season. So number 1 versus number 11, great matchup. So like I said, for Duke, this is like their third big matchup. One up against Kentucky, one up against Arizona, and now they're going up against Kansas. Battle of the Blue Bloods. This is in Sin City. Battle in the desert in Las Vegas. Say the second half, man. Duke needs to come out on fire in the second half, man. Have Kansas back on their heels. That's what we got right now. Duel in the desert. Duke and Kansas. The second half will be ready to start after the commercial. 41-39, only a 2-point lead. But Duke came in this game as the favorite, as a 4.5-point favorite in this game, the number 11 team in the country over the number 1 ranked team, Kansas. But so far, it's been the Jayhawks that's been flexing their muscles. So hopefully Duke can exert their dominance and start getting some baskets and making some stops. Try to slow down this Jayhawks team. Yeah, I think I think Kansas gets the ball first in the second half. I think it'll be Jayhawks ball. Well, like I said, Duke can get this game, man. This will be a great statement win early in the season for Duke after beating Arizona and losing to Kentucky early in the first. I think it's the second game of the season, but this will be a great statement win for Duke. Also, be great for the freshmen on this team. Because, like I said, Kansas, the number one ranked team. Like I said, you see why. These guys are very experienced. Like I said, Kansas came out very physical and tough in this first half against Duke. And Duke knocked Duke back early on, but then Duke, like I said, fought back and they withstood it. And now it's a game. Now Duke has to flex their muscles in the second half. Yeah, DeJuan Harris, the hot man for the Jayhawks with 10 points. Proctor for Duke with 9 points. All right, so in the second half, Duke got to get Cooper Flag going. He only has 2 points in his first half. Very slow first half for Cooper Flag. Gonna need more. Cooper Flag averaging about 20-some points a game, so not unlike Cooper Flag right now, but he's done this in the second half of some games and came alive, so they're gonna need him to do it again. Yep, the Jayhawks gave Duke their best punch, and Duke withstood it. Now, like I said, Duke second half. Let's go. Let's get it. All right. Second half about to start right now. All right, Duke inbounds Flag over to Proctor. Proctor over to Nipple. Nipple looking around the Flag screen over to Cooper Flag down the lane. His shot is up, no good, but he is fouled. So Flag will be at the free throw line. Good way to come out aggressive in this second half. Tried to dunk it over Dickinson. All right, Flag's first free throw's up and no good. Averaging 17.8 points, 9 rebounds on the season. His second free throw's up and good. 41-40. All right, Jayhawks inbound. Mayo over to Harris. Harris bringing the ball up around the Dickinson screen. Over to Adams. Over to Stores. Stores back to Harris. Harris. Mayo. 3-point shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Flag, and here comes Duke. Trying to take their first lead since the start of the game. Flag over to Proctor. Proctor looking, finds Knipple. Knipple around the Flag screen. Knipple down the lane. Step back jump shot up and good. 42-41 Duke up. All right. Dickinson inbounds to Harris. Harris back to Dickinson. over to Mayo over to Harris. Adams back to Harris. Harris looking in the corner to Stores for his 3-point shot up and good. 44-42. All right, flag inbounds to Proctor. Over to Foster. Foster is bringing it up. Looking. Finds Flag. Flag. Looking. In the corner to Knipple for his 3-point shot. In and out. Rebounded by Dickinson to Harris. And here comes the Jayhawks. Harris. Over to Stores. Stores to Dickinson to KJ Adams. Adams, jump shot in the lane, up and good. 46-42 Jayhawks. Harris over to Foster. Foster back to Flag. To Proctor. Proctor to Malawatch. Over to Caleb Foster. Foster in the lane. Back out to Proctor. Proctor. His shot is up, no good, but it's an offensive foul. So it'll be Jayhawks ball. All right, Jayhawks with the ball. Harris with the ball. Harris over to around a KJ Adams screen. Back to Adams. Adams shot is up in the lane, up and good. Jayhawks up 6, 48-42. Here comes Duke. Flag over to Foster. Foster back to Flag. Over to Proctor. Over to Malawatch. Back to Foster. Over to Knipple. And the pass is stolen by Harris, deflected, and here comes Harris, and he'll lay it up and in. Jayhawks up by 8, 50-42. And Duke inbounds to Flag to Foster. Timeout on the floor. So the Jayhawks open up an 8-point lead. Not the start that Duke was looking for in the second half. Fulton, Kansas coming out in this game, and I'm coming out in the second half on fire again like they did in the first half. It's like the Jayhawks on a 9-0 run right now. Early second half in the desert showdown in this Terry Chocolate Las Vegas Showdown tournament in Vegas. Number 1 Kansas versus number 11 Duke. So great start for the Jayhawks in the second half. Like I said, Duke got to dig down and make some shots and get some stops. I want to thank everybody for tapping in, man, from this live watch stream, Duke versus Kansas from the desert in Vegas. If this is your first time to my channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also share this on all social media platforms, as well as subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. The link is in the chat for our one centralized location for all of our content. All right, about to get back to live action. Like I said, Duke had a timeout. Hopefully they rally the troops, get these guys like, hey, Duke got to get some shots, got to make it, but they got to make some shots. And more importantly, got to stop turning the ball over. They got to take care of the basketball, make better decisions, quicker decisions, and make some shots. All right, so I'll see what they come out of the timeout. so far in the second half has been KJ Adams in the second half, man. All right. Like I said, early second half, 16:54 left to go in the second half. Duke will inbound the ball. All right. Knipple inbound. Inbounds to Foster. Foster over to back to Knipple. Over to Cooper. Flag in the lane. Flag and the ball, and turns the ball over. And here comes Kansas again. And it's a jump ball. Good play by Kayla Foster, but it should be Jayhawks basketball on the tie up. All right. Jayhawks are inbound the ball. Harris over to Dickinson. Over to back to Harris. Over to Mayo. Mayo over to Dickinson. Mayo with a step jump shot in the lane. Mayo in the lane. And it's stolen by Malawatch over to Knipple. Knipple looking. Over to Proctor. Proctor to Flag. Flag back to Knipple. To Kayla Foster. His three-point shot from the corner is good. 50-45. Mayo inbounds to Harris. All right, Harris across the timeline. Still got the ball. Harris over to Mayo. Mayo back to Harris. Harris to Adams. Adams in the lane. His jump shot is up and good. Man, KJ Adams been hitting all these little short 6-8 foot jump shot. 52-45. Jayhawks up 7. Flag over to Foster. Foster back to Flag. Flag looking. Finds Knipple. Back to Cooper. Flag for his three-point shot up and good. 52-48. So we're going to need a lot more of that. All right. Dickinson inbounds to Harris. This is at this end, do got to get some stops on this end. Harris out to Stores. Back to Dickinson. Over to Harris. To Mayo. To Dickinson. Mayo. Back to Dickinson. His shot is up and good. 54-48. Flag over to Foster. Foster back to Flag. Flag. And he is blocked. And it'll be Kansas ball. Timeout on the floor. 6-point Kansas lead. 54-48. Good defense by the Jayhawks. Looked like the ball went off of Flag, so it'd be Jayhawks basketball after the timeout. 6-point Kansas lead, 14:33 left to go in the second half in this showdown tournament from Vegas. Jayhawks, number 1 Kansas up 54-48. Battle of the Blue Bloods out in the desert. So far, it's been mostly all Jayhawks throughout. But it's still a game. It's only a 6-point lead. There's some Rock Chalk Jayhawks fans, man. Talk your talk in the chat, man. Let me know how you feel about the Jayhawks this year, man. The number 1 ranked team in the country with Hunter Dickinson and DeJuan Harris. Look like these two guys been there forever, man. I know this has got to be their last year in college, man. So it looked like the Jayhawks are getting a lot of their baskets right in the paint, man. Little 8-foot jump shots, 6-foot, 10-foot jump shots, making them. KJ Adams has been the scorer in the second half for the Kansas Jayhawks. Yep, looking at some other scores. Man, Alabama and Houston, close game, 27 seconds left to go in that game. Number 9, Alabama trailing. Number 6, Houston, 78-76, 2-point game. Also, number 5, Iowa State over Dayton, 68-64, 7:58 left to go in the second quarter in that game. The final score, San Diego State, unranked San Diego State beats number 21 Creighton, 71-53. And the shocker of the day, Colorado upsets number 2 UConn for the second straight game, 73-72. Also, unranked Oregon beats number 20 Texas A&M 80-70, and number 8 Kentucky beats Western Kentucky 87-68. All right. Back to action. Jayhawks inbounds Mayo over to Harris. Harris across the timeline. Over to Mayo around a Dickinson pick, and the ball is stolen by Tyrese Brown over to Gillis. Gillis over to Con Knipple, and it is blocked by Kansas, and here comes the Jayhawks. Harris with the ball over to Adams and to Mayo. And it's stolen by Brown. Over to Knipple. Over to Harris. Over to Foster. Foster, his step back 3-point shot is up. No good. Rebounded. Man, it looked like it's a foul on Duke. All right. So Jayhawks inbound the ball to Colt. Colt off a screen by Badunga. Over to Mayo. Mayo to Adams. Adams to Stores. Back to Adams. Colt in the lane. Over to Stores. Stores. Back to Colt. His 3-point shot is up and good. 57-48, 9-point Kansas lead. So the Jayhawks have extended the lead to 9. Proctor over to Brown. Brown to Flag. In the corner to Mason Gillis. His 3-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Kansas. Adams over to Colt. Colt back to Adams. And Adams still has it over to Mayo. Mayo to Colt. Colt around the screen. Another 3-point shot. This time no good. Rebounded by Gillis. Gillis out to Proctor. Proctor over to Knipple. To Gillis. Gillis back to Brown. Brown out to Tyrese Proctor for his 3-point shot. Good. 57-51. Yeah, the shots are there, man. Duke just got to make the shots. These wide open shots got to make them. All right. Kansas with the ball. Stores from Adams. Adams over to Colt. Out to Adams. Back to Colt. Colt. Out to Mayo. Mayo to Badunga. Badunga over to Stores. Back to Badunga. And it's off his foot, out of bounds. Duke ball. 11:59 left to go in the second half. Timeout, TV timeout on the floor, under 12 timeout. 6-point Kansas lead. Yeah, like I said, hey, Duke just got to make some shots, man. Take care of the basketball, make some shots, and get some stops. Great matchup here in the desert. Number 1 Kansas versus number 11 Duke. If Duke gonna make a run, they got to get some stops. Got to make some shots and make some stops. Also gonna need Knipple and also Cooper Flag to come alive, man, in this game for Duke. Like I said, it was just down a 2-point lead, but let's say every time you look, Kansas keeps stretching out to 8 points, 9 points, 10 points, making shots after shots. And also getting deflections and getting some steals, getting some easy baskets. So, like I said, Duke got to take better care of the basketball. And then on their end, like I said, on the defensive end, got to get some deflections, get some steals, and also make some stops. There's some Jayhawks fans watching, man, or some Duke fan watching. Yeah, tap in, man. Share your comments in there, man. Tell me what you like about your team, how you feel about your team this year, how you think they're going to do, and how far you think they're going to go. All right, so we're going to see what Duke comes over after the timeout, after the TV timeout. Let's see what play they run. Let's see, most important, if they can score a basket. All right, back to live action. It'll be Duke basketball. All right, on the court will be Colin Knipple, going to be Malik Brown, most likely Tyrese Proctor, Sion James, Cooper Flag. Yep, that's what it is. Flag over to Proctor. Proctor, full court press by Kansas. Proctor, guarded by Harris. And it's a foul on Kansas. Ken Jeong from the Hangovers. All right. Knipple inbounds to James. James. Over to Knipple. Knipple. Step back jump shot up. No good. And it's foul on the floor. So Knipple will be at the free throw line. Got hit on the arm. All right. Knipple's at the free throw line for 2. All right. His first free throw is up. And it's good. And his second free throw is up. And it's also good. 57-53. 4-point Jayhawks lead. Jayhawks with the ball. Griffin inbounds to Colt. Colt. Look over to Harris. Harris to Dickinson. And the ball is stolen by Duke. Here comes Duke Knipple with the ball. And his shot is up good, but it's an offensive foul. Offensive foul, so it'll be Jayhawks ball. All right. So Jayhawks bring the ball back on the turnover by Duke. All right. Dickinson over the ball with Adams Jr. with the ball. Over to Colt. Colt around the Adams screen. Over to Griffin. To Harris. Harris to Adams. Ball is inside to Dickinson. Back to Harris for his 3-point shot up and no good. Rebounded by Proctor. Here comes Duke. Proctor. And it's a tie jump ball. Look like an arrow would be Kansas ball or Duke. I think it'll be Duke basketball. All right, so Stores will come back in the game for the Jayhawks, replacing Griffin. All right, Duke going to inbound the ball. All right, over to Cooper Flag to Zion James in the lane. Basket up and good. 2-point game. Dickinson over to Colt. Back to Dickinson over to Harris. Harris to Adams. Adams to Dickinson. His shot is up. And no good, but he gets the rebound. All right, so the Jayhawks are inbound. And they're going to have a review. So they're reviewing to see if it's a flagrant foul on Malik Brown with Hunter Dickinson. Two-point game. Knew this was going to be a close game right here, man. Battle of the Blue Bloods. Kansas up 50s, number one. Kansas up 57-55 over number 11 Duke. 10:26 left to go in the second half of this game. And they're in review to see if this foul was a flagrant foul or is just a common foul. Thank you guys for tapping in, man. Watching this live stream, Duke versus Kansas. Thank you for tapping in from YouTube, Twitter, and all social media platforms. If this is your first time to my channel, man, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also share this on all social media platforms, as well as subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. The link is in the chat. All right, I don't know what's taking these guys so long to determine what it is. Is it going to be a flagrant or is this a common foul? Let's see what the call is. Man, they taking forever to do this review, man. Man, they still deciding. Yeah, and they taking forever to come up with this. Man, it's been like about 5 minutes, man, just for these guys to decide what they're gonna call. See. Wow. Okay, so Hunter Dickinson gets ejected. It's a flagrant foul on Hunter Dickinson. So it's a flagrant too. So Duke will shoot 2 free throws with the technical and get the ball. Bill Self got to be restrained. So Hunter Dickinson is ejected from the game. Flagrant 2. All right, so Malik Brown will shoot the free throws. First one is up and good. Brown's second free throw is no good. 57-56, 1 point Jayhawks lead. All right, so Badunga will have to come in the game for Kansas. All right, Duke will inbound the ball. All right, so Cooper Flag will inbound the ball for Duke. Flag's looking over to Proctor. Proctor with the ball. Dribbling up in the front court over to James, over to Knipple. Over back to James. James looking. Over to Brown. Brown over to James. Over to Brown. And it's taken away by KJ Adams. And here comes Kansas. Adams over to Mayo. And foul over to Badunga. And he's fouled by Zion James. All right. Jayhawks will inbound. Harris Jr. inbounds will inbound the ball. Inbounds to Adams. Adams. And Sion James with another foul. Yeah, they're going to be calling these fouls close, man. You got to ease up. All right. Jayhawks inbound again. Harris Jr. inbounds to Bedunga. And they call another foul. They just call like 3 fouls on Duke in the last like 5 seconds. That's 4 fouls on Malik Brown. Big loss, man. Guys got to play. You can't reach. Cannot reach, bro. All right. Bedunga's first free throw is up, and it's good. 58-56, 2-point Kansas lead. So Duke has 7 fouls. Kansas only has 4 fouls in this quarter. But Kansas just got 3 foul calls on Duke just got 3 foul calls in the last like 6 seconds. All right, second free throw's up and it's also good. 3-point Jayhawks lead. Flag over to Sion James. James over to Knipple. Around the Cooper flag pick in the corner to Tyrese Proctor for his 3-point shot. Good. We're all tied at 59 now. All right. Tyrese Proctor, 15 points, 5 of 6 from 3-point range. All right. Mayo inbounds to Harris. Back to Mayo. Over to KJ Adams. And it throws an alley-oop to Bedunga. All right. 2-point Jayhawks lead. Flag over to Sion James. James over to Knipple around the flag pick over to Cooper flag in the lane, and he dunks. What a dunk. Cooper flag down the lane, tied at 61. All right, over to Mayo, and it's a foul on Proctor. You got to ease up, bro. I don't understand these guys. It's like you got to ease up on the fouls. You can't touch these guys, man. They're calling fouls, bro. You got to play with your feet, not with your hands. Man, that should have been an and one with Cooper flag on Bedunga. All right, Mayo's first free throw is up, and it's good, 62-61. All right, his next free throw is up, and it's also good, 63-61, 2-point lead. Duke will inbound. All right, flag inbounds to Proctor. 8:46 left to go, and look like Kansas is already in the bonus. Proctor over to Knipple. 3-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Proctor. How is that not a foul? And here comes Kansas. Stores over to Adams to Harris for the layup, up and good. All right, flag inbounds. And to Sion James. James to Knipple to Malawach. Over to Tyrese Proctor. Over to Sion James for his 3-point shot, up and good. 65-64. All right. Bedunga over to Harris. Over to Mayo. His shot is up. No good. Rebounded and is out of bounds off of Duke. And it'll be under 8 timeout. 7:40 left to go in the game in the second half. Kansas up 65-64 over Duke. Man, this game's going to come down to the wire, man. This is going to be a great, great finish between the Blue Bloods. What a dunk by Flag. Should have got a foul too, and one. Like he just kept going up and up the ladder, up on Badunga. So now this is the pressure point. Now this is the part of the game where this is where the shots got to be made now. But like I said, Kansas is in a bonus right now. Kansas only has 4 fouls in the quarter and a half. Duke has 8. So Duke going to have to start drawing some fouls on the Jayhawks. It was good, man. I want to thank everybody for tapping in, man, from YouTube, Twitter, and all social media platforms. Thanks for tapping into this live watch stream of number 1 Kansas versus number 11 Duke in the Terry Chocolate Las Vegas Showdown tournament in Vegas. Battle in the desert, the battle of the Blue Bloods, number 1 Kansas versus number 11 Duke. If this is your first time to my channel, man, please hit that like and subscribe button, man. Also share this on all social media platforms. Once again, man, like I said, hit that like and subscribe button. It's free, cost you nothing, man. Just hit that like and subscribe button. All right, like I said, another pressure pack game for Duke early on in the season. First Kentucky, then Arizona. Now they're facing Kansas. Great test, man. Great test for these young guys. So last 7 minutes and 46 seconds, we'll see who's going to make the most of the opportunities, man. Make the most plays. This is what it's going to come down to: who can make the most plays and who can get stops. So it looked like the big time battle between Alabama and Houston went into overtime, and looks like Alabama wins 85-80 in overtime over the Cougars. Number 9 Alabama against number 6 Houston. Also, Iowa State in a tough battle with Dayton, unranked Dayton, 83-81 right now. That game is in the second half. Only 44 seconds left to go in that game. All right. Back to action. Kansas were inbound. Stolen by Duke Malawach over to Proctor. Proctor over to Sion James. And here comes Duke. James over the timeline. Over to Cooper Flag. Flag looking. Flag over to Knipple. His 3-point shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Badunga. And Con Knipple has been off this game too because he's had a lot of good open looks in this game. Just haven't been able to knock it down. All right, Harris with the ball. Looking. Harris finds KJ Adams. Adams over to Mayo. Mayo back out to KJ Adams. To Badunga. And it's stolen by Tyrese Proctor. And here comes Duke. Proctor over to Knipple. Knipple. And he is fouled by Stores. For the life of me, I can't understand why when dudes are on a 2-on-1 fast break, the other dude flares out to the 3-point line. Bro, go to the basket for an easy pass for the layup and 2 points. Stop with this 3-point shots thing, bro. Like I said, easy baskets, man. Old school basketball. All right, Knipple at the free throw line. All right, his first free throw is up and is good. Tied at 65. All right. Substitution for Kansas. Griffin will come in the game for Stores. All right. Knipple, his second free throw is up. And what is it called? Look like a lane violation. So It'll be Jayhawks basketball. All right, Jayhawks. Mayo inbounds to Harris. Harris across the timeline over to looking for Mayo. Over to Mayo. Mayo around the Badunga screen. Over to Harris. Harris to Adams. Back to Harris. All right, Harris with the ball. Over to Griffin. His shot in the lane is up. No good. Rebounded by Badunga in between 3 Blue Devils. And he is fouled by Cooper Flag. Come on, guys. You got to stop with these fouls, man. And the guys already got the basketball. You're just helping them out by just fouling them. Just like, stop fouling, man. Play with your feet, not with your hands. All right, so Badunga at the free throw line. All right, his first free throw is up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Flag. Over to James. James. Over to Flag. Around the Malawatch screen. Flag out of Proctor. Proctor. Over to Flag to Knipple. Over to Flag, and he dunks. Nice play. Cooper Flag with the dunk. 67-65 Duke. 2-point Duke lead, timeout on the floor. Good roll to the basket. Yep, 2-man game. Knipple, 2 Flag. Yeah, the thing with Cooper Flag look like when he gets near that basket, he's trying to dunk the basketball. He's not trying to lay it up. He's going he's going up for the dunks. All right. 2-point lead, 5:52 left to go. Kansas will inbound down 2. All right, here comes the Jayhawks. Griffin inbounds to Harris. Harris looking. Harris over to Adams. Back to Harris. Harris in the lane, throws it back out to Griffin for his 3-point shot. Step back, good. 68-67. Rylan Griffin with that 3-point shot. All right, Duke at the ball. Sion James over to Cooper Flag. Flag to Knipple. Knipple with the ball, looking. Finds Cooper Flag. Flag with the shot is up. No good. Rebound out of bounds. It'll be Kansas ball up 1. Salute. What's good, Tascam? Who won between Duke? Duke beat Arizona by 14, 69-55 in that last game. Now they're in a battle right now with number 1 Kansas. All right. Kansas with the ball. Harris over to Griffin. Griffin. And over to Harris. Harris with the ball. Looking. Harris. The Sion James in the corner to Rylan Griffin for another 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Tyrese Proctor. And here comes Duke. Proctor over to Flag. Back to Proctor. Proctor with the ball over to Knipple. Over to Brown. Brown looking corner to Sion James in the corner. Over to Tyrese Proctor for his 3-point shot up. No good. Rebounded by Kansas Badunga. And here comes the Jayhawks over to Harris. Yep, Arizona got to step it up, man. All right, Harris with the ball. Guarded by Brown. Over to Griffin. Over to Mayo. Mayo still with the ball. Almost stripped by Brown. Mayo, step back 3-point shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Harris. Out to Mayo. Mayo over to Griffin. Basket and one. 70-67. Rylan Griffin with the basket and one. And timeout on the floor. 70-67. Jayhawks up. All right. So when we come back out the timeout, it's going to be free throws for Kansas. Try to stretch that lead up from 3 to 4. 3:33 left to go in the second half. Battle in the desert, Las Vegas, neutral site. Yeah, Duke won at the McHale Center, man, in Tucson, Arizona, man. Tough place to play in. But, hey, Duke took it in on that one, man. Then the Knicks last night, man. Knicks took the Denver Nuggets. They took the Nuggets apart, man, in Denver, man. I can't believe I was like 145 to 118. I said, man, Knicks offense is explosive, but it's that defense. They got to get that defense down packed, man. They got to get it together. They can make some defensive stops and, tighten up that D. Yeah, because they could score with anybody. I'm surprised they did it in Denver against the Joker, Jokic, and Murray. No, 3:33. Big moments coming up now. Let's see. You got to make some shots. Got to get some stops, man. All right. So Griffin will be at the free throw line to complete the 3-point play. All right. So in bench points, Duke with 23 bench points to Kansas 16. But Kansas got, I think, more points in the paint. All right. Griffin's free throw is up, and it's good. 4-point Kansas lead, 71-67. Duke with the ball, inbound the ball. So flag, inbounds to James. Let's see what Duke does out of the timeout. James over to Knipple. Knipple looking around the Malawatch screen. Over to Malawatch for the dunk. Nice. All right. Mayo inbounds. Mayo inbounds to Harris. 2-point Kansas lead. Harris with the ball. Harris over to Badunga. Over back to Mayo. Mayo looking. Shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Cooper Flag. And here comes Duke. Flag over to James. James over to Knipple. Knipple asking for a pick from Malawatch. And he is fouled by Badunga. So Duke will inbound the ball. 2:37 left to go in the game. Kansas up 2, 71-69. Duke will inbound. All right. Knipple inbounds to Flag. Flag with the ball. Flag down the lane. Shot is up and good. We are tied at 71. All right. Adams inbounds to Harris. Harris around the Badunga screen. Harris over to KJ Adams. Back to Harris. Harris over to Adams to Mayo. Mayo around the Badunga screen. Mayo with the ball to Harris. Harris with Cooper Flag out to Mayo. His shot is up and good. Drops for him. 2-point Kansas lead. Flag inbounds to James. James back to Flag. All right, 73-71. Flag down the lane. Shot is up, no good, but he is fouled. All right. 138 left to go. 2-point Kansas lead. Flag at the free throw line. His first free throw is up, no good. All right, his second free throw is up, and it's also good. I mean, his free throw is up, and it's good. 73-72. 1-point Kansas lead. All right, Griffin inbounds. Well, substitution looked like Malik Brown will come in the game for Malawatch. All right, Griffin inbounds to Harris. Harris looking. Harris out to Adams. Adams with the ball to Harris. Harris out to KJ Adams for his shot is up. No good. Rebound by Badunga. Over to Adams in the lane. Up. No good. And looks like it's off of Knipple, but they're going to have to take a look at it. Wow. 107 left to go in the game. Kansas up 173-72. Battle of the Blue Bloods in the desert in this Terry Chocolate Las Vegas Showdown tournament. Official review to see who the ball went off of. Look like it's off of Adams, man. It's going to be Duke basketball. After they overturn it, it's going to be Duke basketball. All right, 107 left to go. After the reviews, like I said, it's going to be Duke basketball. They're going to overturn it. And like I said, it's going to come down to the final possession, man. Like I said, I knew it was going to be like this in this blue blood battle. Number 1 Kansas against number 11 Duke. Like I said, this is Duke's third early test of the season. Played Kentucky already, played Arizona. Now they're playing Kansas. Like, come on, man. It don't take that long to see, man. We know what it is. Just overturn the call. Let's go. Yep. Just so I thought. Call on the floor has been reversed. It'll be Duke basketball. That's it. 107 left to go in the game. All right. Back to action. Possession arrow is also for Duke, also as well. All right. Duke inbound flag will inbound the ball. Inbounds to Zion James. James with the ball across the timeline. Looking, finds Knipple. Knipple around the Cooper flag screen. Back to flag. Flag. And he turns the ball over. And Kansas has the ball. Mayo with the ball. All right. Mayo over to Harris. Harris and a corner to Adams. Adams to Mayo. 27 seconds left to go. Mayo over the no good. Rebounded by Knipple over to Cooper Flag, and here comes Duke. Flag over to Tyrese Proctor, and a timeout on the floor. Duke 14 seconds left to go in the game. 14.2 seconds left to go. 1 point Kansas lead 73-72. Duke will have the last shot to try to win this game. Man, come down to the final possession in this game. Yo, what's good, Leaf? Thanks for tapping in, bro. Yeah, man, this one's coming right down to the wire, man. Last possession, 14 seconds left to go. Duke versus Kansas. Number 1 versus number 11. Let's go. 14 seconds left to go. After the timeout, it'll be Duke basketball trying to win this one. All right. Breaking the huddle, about to come out the huddle, let me see. Kansas has 2 timeouts. Duke has 1 timeout left. Neither team has no fouls to give. All right. That's right. Yes, sir. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button. All right. James over to Proctor. Proctor over to Knipple. 10 seconds. Knipple in the lane. And he throws the ball away. Foul by Knipple. 3 seconds. He should have just shot the ball, bro. He should have just shot. He was that close in the lane. Just shoot the ball. He got to throw it at the basket. 3 seconds. And Kansas will be at the free throw line. Right there. You got to shoot the ball. All right. So Griffin at the free throw line. All right. His first free throw is up. And it's good. 74-72. All right. Substitution. Gillis will come in the game for Duke. 3.3 seconds left to go. Griffin's second free throw is up, and it's also good. 75-72, 3-point Kansas lead. All right, so Duke will inbound. Nope, timeout on the floor, Duke. 75-72, 3-point Kansas lead with 3.3 seconds left to go. Yep, that's the thing with college basketball. Timeouts don't advance the ball. So 3.3 seconds, you're either going to have to have somebody speedy come from down to get the ball out and going to have to heave a 3-point shot for probably like half court or something. All right. Both teams got a timeout left. So if Duke can't get the ball, they got to call another timeout. If they can't inbound the ball, at least they got another timeout left. All right. All right. So Gillis is going to inbound the ball. Gillis running the baseline, looking, throws to Knipple, and he calls a timeout. 2.9 seconds left to go in the front court. So Duke will be their last timeout. That was their last timeout. So they got 2.9 seconds left to go to get a 3-point shot off. So, hey, look like it's going to be trying to be a catch and shoot 3 before the foul. You got 31 people in the building, man. Please hit that like and subscribe button to the Man Cave podcast as well as the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. I'll put the link is in the chat. So go and subscribe to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. And if this is your first time to my channel, man, please hit that like and subscribe button, man. Also share it on all social media platforms. It is free. Don't cost you a thing. Just hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for tapping in from YouTube, Twitter, and all social media platforms. This has been a great college basketball game. Number 1 Kansas versus number 11 Duke in the desert, Las Vegas. All right, Duke is going to inbound. Zion James look like he's going to inbound the ball. All right, James inbounds over to Malawatch, to Knipple. And man, no good, but he looked like he got fouled too. But no call. Almost went in to tie the game. Duke goes down 75-72 to number 1 Kansas. Great win for the Jayhawks. Like I said, Duke also close, but not enough, man. Great game in the desert. 75-72. Kansas stays unbeaten at 6-0. on the season. Duke goes to 4-2 on the season. It looked like he got a good look, but Knipple just missed. Now from that angle, yep, he didn't get fouled. Nice, almost made it. All right, close but no cigar, man. All right, let me give you the final stats for this game. Once again, number 1 Kansas survives, beats Duke 75-72. KJ Adams finishes with 8 points. Great defensive game from KJ Adams in this game. Hunter Dickinson was ejected from this game. He finished with 11 points and 6 rebounds. AJ Storr finishes with 11 points. Zeke Mayo with 12 points. DeJuan Harris with 14 points and 9 assists. So balanced scoring from their starters. Off the bench, Flory Bedunga finishes with 6 points and 8 rebounds. David Colt, 3 points. Rakis Passmore finishes with 2 points. And Rylan Griffin off the bench for 8 points. Overall, Kansas shooting 28 of 57 for 49%. They were from 3-point range. They were 8 of 17 for 47%. Free throw shooting 11 of 12 for 92%. They finished with 31 rebounds, 22 assists, and 16 turnovers. For the Duke Blue Devils, Kamen Malawach, the center, finishes with 4 points. Cooper Flagg finishes with 13 points, 5 rebounds. Con Knipple, 11 points, 8 assists in this game. Tyrese Proctor, the high man for Duke, with 15 points. Caleb Foster with 6 points. Off the bench, Malik Brown with 8 points off the bench and 4 steals. Mason Gillis, 5 points and 8 rebounds in this game. And Sion James finishes with 10 points in the game. Overall shooting for Duke, 24 of 48 for 50%. 3-point shooting, 11 of 26 for 42%. From the free throw line, they were 13 of 18 for 72%. They finished with 25 rebounds, 17 assists, and they also had 16 turnovers in this game, which was the story in this game. Man, once again, thank you everybody for tapping into this live watch stream. Let me shout out to the chat. My man Leaf Diggy, you already know what it is. Big Task at Hand. Big Pat Sports Talk. Jacob Petruzzi. You already know, man. Thanks for the support. And like I said, thank you guys for tapping in for this live watch along Duke versus Kansas. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Also share this on all social media platforms to the Man Cave Podcast, man. You already know what it is. And until next time, man, I will see you guys. Peace.
This has been a Big Blue Crew Sports Network production.
Who's got the rocket launcher? I say we blow it up. Now fire that thing.
For the city of sports, playing with a giant Nick. With my man S. God.
That's him.
You feel the vibe?
That's me.
We going live.
That's us.
That like button shared, you been subscribed.
Stadium.
That MetLife, Big Blue, home of the Braves.
Yeah.
That turnpike, you can see that's where the game's played. NFL one day, then it's the NBA. Madison Square Garden, that's where the Knicks play. This that NY Logan, North don't get broken. Legalize, mean this shit smoking. I'm on topic, dropping another episode. The game winner, trade, maybe a field goal. Everybody right now doing the wave. You tune in, the show called The Man Cave. I see the chat, they always doing their thing. Big views, 85 inch screen. The game's on, you rush and bleed. Remain calm, you on the road and chill. Do the watch along, the show's on. The host, you know it's S-God. It's no telling the panel filled with guest stars. You're now rocking with The Voice, you know who it is. It's your boy J Boogie. You're now rocking with my man S-God. I support him to the fullest, you heard? My man Mike Blaze. This is Alter Productions. What that mean, we about to alter everything that's playing. Tune in. My man S.G.O.D. Support the show. Subscribe, share it. Most importantly,